Ooh, check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. First things first. My peoples come first. My people, those that are here, those that are no longer here, thought of and always remembered. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've been all over the place. Work, family. Work, family is pretty much the gist of it. And obviously, Manchester City football all the time has been an interesting battle. A lot of fights that are happening behind the scenes, not necessarily on screen. And I think you guys actually deserve to have or to know some of the conversations that have been going down, whether it's been in the GCs or just personally one-on-one. But I want to say I'm happy to be back. This is an episode 115. One question, 50 minutes, 115. And you know what? 115 is going to be at the forefront with regards to some of the conversations moving forward, because we know that the verdict, or we know that the ruling is about to drop pretty soon. And I believe it's going to drop when there is a drop in the news cycle, right? It's going to be at a point where because of the outcome, whichever party is going to want things to be dropped on a day, maybe with a lot of news, so it can be brushed to the side and not be too much of a talking point. Although maybe there's no way of avoiding things being a talking point. No, but again, 115 and this show, I'm going to start the clock, but this show in particular, I like to deal with a few things. And it's been all over with regards to the conversation about this man right here. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Scourser, Liverpool Academy lad, making the decision to go off to Real Madrid. Nothing wrong. Many players have done it. You hear many fans want to discuss things, and they're like, it's Real Madrid. Anyone you get that call from Real Madrid, it's a no-brainer. You're going. I'm going to discuss that because I think it's very interesting on how that's still possibly a must-go destination for a Academy Scouser. Liverpool, born and bred, right? A player in particular that said Stevie G was his hero. We're going to discuss a few things because I think Trent's movement has shattered a lot of myths, a lot of things that have kind of been discussed about Liverpool and how magical of a place it is, how much of an institution, how much of a club that it is, and we're going to discuss this. All right. Also, what I like to do every time when I launch a show or when a show is actually going and I'm live, I got to shout out those that are showing me love. I got to shout out those that were in the comments from sometimes even before I'm live, that are in the comments and like, Vader, I mess with you. Thank you so much for putting on the show. I'm here first in the building. I got to show love to my girl. DC is in the building. DC, Vader's back. All is right with the world. I hope. DC, I am going to be consistent. I think, again, like I said, family life and things of that nature. I'm obviously out here in Toronto, East Coast. I think my sweet spot in terms of doing the show is probably going to be the morning right now. I think I could avoid some of my status calls. So don't be surprised if I'm doing shows at like 9:30, 10 o'clock a.m. my time. I know it's a little odd for East Coast that are gonna, but hey, catch me on the replay, right? And obviously those of you on the UK, it's different for you guys. So DC's in the building. She's reminding you, come on, chat, show this channel some love, hit the like button. Please hit that like button, share it as well. Let people know. Listen, there's another person out there talking Manchester City, talking English football, European football. Hear what he has to say. Good looking out. Abdallah in the building. What up, Vader? Yo, good looking out. Thank you for being in the comments, part of the show. It has been a long time. It's been a long time. I've been Twitter X Spaces, obviously the group chats. But yeah, I got to be consistent with the content, putting it out there. What else you got to say? I need to listen, LLs or have hope. I'll try to get out there. I know. Hey, amazing success. The panelists he's got regulars, and obviously early days when it kind of kicked off, I was able to be in there and love the channel, love that community. If we can make it work, listen, Abdallah, I'm there with you. Honestly, doesn't want this tandem. He doesn't want you, me. He doesn't want Don Smoke. He doesn't want True City fan Patrick. He doesn't want that heat. But hey, if we can make it work, I'll be there. Zane is in the building. Got a bit of free time today. A long time no speak. Listen, Zane, I appreciate it. And again, for me, I'm able to make this fit within the work schedule. So let me actually start the clock and get this going the right way. Let me get this going the right way. Last comment from Abdali goes, LLHH will do emergency streams regardless. He says he will be found, but deep down he has a tiny bit of hope. Listen, HH, there's no hiding. There's no hiding. And HH can't help himself. He can't help himself when it comes down to Chelsea. He also can't help himself when it comes down to the hatred that he has with regards to his agendas that he has to run with these other clubs and managers and players. So yeah, we'll find him. Listen, when I'm gonna reach out to him, if ever he sends the invite, he's able to make it work within the panels. Actually, you know what? I'll remind him. I'll take like a late arrival, like a late sub, like 90th minute. I got no problems. You want to sub me in 90th minute, a little extra time? I'm gonna do that thing. Remind HH. But good looking out. Let's do this. Now, I'm gonna start the clock, but we're gonna be clear. We're gonna be clear on what I'm gonna discuss. And maybe I should I move this behind? Let me do this. Maybe this is better. Yeah, maybe that's better. Let me do that. All right, yeah, that's cleaner. So I'm not hidden behind the image. Now, I need to say this. I need to say this because there's a lot of narratives. There's a lot of big Liverpool accounts that are kind of like, they do what they do, right? There's a reason why Liverpool are media darlings. They got people out there, pundits as well as on this platform, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitter X, you know what I mean? Whether it's Twitch, they're doing their thing in terms of keeping the conversation a certain way, but I'm not going to let it slide. Over here at Vader Games TV, obviously I got my shows. I got the 115, I got CIA Intelligent Agendas, and I got Why Always Me. We're going to address all these things. I'm going to give you guys my perspective, and whether you want to use that perspective to then counter what you're hearing out there, please feel free. But we're going to get into this. And look at that image. Look at that image of Trent. Look at that. And Real Madrid. We're going to start the clock. Why Trent Alexander had to. He had to snake the Liverpool faithful. He had to. And I'm going to break that down, not necessarily going everything timeline. I'm going to break down why he had to do it the way he had to do it. All right? Well, so let's get this clock going. Boom. 15 minutes. 115. One question, 50 minutes. Here we go. Now, Trent. Born and bred. Right? Liverpool lad. Told us all he wants greatness at Liverpool. Told us all of the superstar that he wants to be. Told us all about what it meant to win at Liverpool, right? He said all of that. And then a couple seasons back, I think it was 2021, for a player that wanted to be a legend at Liverpool. Unlike most, he signed a shorter contract. He signed a contract that actually had him up to expire now, 2025. He had a chance of making it at a 5-year deal, 6-year deal. It chose 4. Now, when you have a player like him, many Liverpool fans, and they're kind of changing how they've talked about him, but many Liverpool fans said he's a generational talent, a midfielder turned right back, right? They praise what he's able to do. They want to put him in conversations about being the best right back in the world. When you have your fan base speak on you like that, when you have a fan base that kind of ignores the flaws and just props up all the good things of him, he can't he can't do anything but show that he's committed to Liverpool. He can't do anything other than that. And when they go through the timeline on, he hasn't been putting the information on the contract dealings out in the public, he's kind of kept things kind of like up in limbo. He had to do it to you. Like Liverpool fans, he had to do it this way. There's no good way to break up. There's no good way to break up, and there's no good way to break up when you have one side that's saying, I want you here. I want you to remain a Liverpool player. You got FSG that Liverpool fans are taking shots at. You got the board, right? If you really think about this, they presented him with an opportunity to remain at Liverpool. They presented him with financials that would have improved what he was currently getting, financials that would have put him in like the higher percentile with regards to English players, let alone a right back. Right backs don't get those type of contracts. Right backs shouldn't be paid like midfielders. Right backs shouldn't be paid like close to some of your top scorers at your club. This is what Trent was getting. And when I hear like big accounts, say that Trent's not leaving for the money, Trent's leaving for the ambition. How are you, Liverpool fans, saying all of that without even like hesitation, without even like questioning? Because you have him who you're saying is leaving because of being ambitious, not because of the money. Yeah, okay. He's leaving not because of the money, but because of ambition. And then when you have the likes of two established winners in terms of Van Dijk and Salah, so what does it speak to their ambition? How are you talking out of both sides of your mouth? Is Trent Liverpool lad, academy? Is he the one with the ambition? But then you got Salah, and then you got Van Dijk. Are these two players without ambition as well? How does that logic work? I don't get it. But Trent is also leaving for the money, because what he is not getting in salary, which quote unquote would have been matched by FSG, by Liverpool, right? They would have given him a salary increase. He's going to get that or close to it over at Real Madrid. Okay, cool. That is the same. Let's not be lazy. Let's not be silly. So yeah, the salary is still the same, but that signing bonus hits different. That signing bonus is considerably larger. So come on, let's not play that game. Yeah, you can get away with that with talking to certain people, but he is getting a substantial, greater signing bonus, having snaked Liverpool by not signing a contract or extending a contract for them to get some money back. That's the snake part, right? How he's going to have to move and leave, get it. And when I hear that players have no allegiance, players have no ties to their clubs, that is true for many players other than those that are local. Those that are local it's different. Those that are local understand the club. They understand the culture. They understand what it means to the community. This guy leaving on a free and how it impacts his club, his childhood club. No. He didn't need to do that. Trent didn't need to do that. And if Real Madrid really wanted Trent like that, what? The only way they get Trent is if it's on a free. They're spending the money anyways. They're just happen to be spending the money with regards to a signing on bonus, right? Trent's going to get that money. That money that isn't going to Liverpool is going to Trent. That's the snake part. Real Madrid saying, no, we would not sign Trent unless it was under our terms, and under our terms meant he needs to see his contract wind down, and for it to be a free. Why? Why? Real Madrid are spending the money anyways. They're just giving Trent the money up front. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's not play these games. All right. The snake part is Trent, had he signed that contract extension, which I believe wouldn't have impacted things in a great deal. What, Liverpool get 30 mil, 40 mil, 30 mil or 40 mil? Apparently, that's what the signing on bonus for Trent is. The money's getting spent anyways. So when they say, oh, it wasn't for money, yeah, it was for money. When they say it's for ambition, okay, well, it's for ambition. Why do you still have two other players that are staying? Do they not have ambition? Do they have better belief in the program to what their last 3 years at Liverpool may be with regards to the success? Or are they just writing off the last 2-3 seasons? Are they writing it off being like, hey, Salah, he's gonna chase his numbers. That's why he's sticking around. Van Dijk isn't leaving for ambition. He's gonna stick around for what? Why is Trent the only one with ambition and why he's moving on? I'd explain it to me. In the comments, explain it to me. Why is Trent leaving ambition? Why is Salah and Van Dijk sticking around? Not. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, I've been asked the question often, what if this was a City player? And this is where it's crazy. A lot of Liverpool fans are wishing Trent all the best. All the best, Trent. Go on and do what you got to do. If Phil Foden did what Trent did, he's dead to me. He's dead to me. If Phil Foden did what Trent did, if Oscar Bob did what Trent did, ran down a contract, there's a difference with the club not providing a contract. There's a difference with the club not giving a deal that would be substantial to sign on. If this man kept turning down offer after offer, I see you in the chat. Good looking out, True City fan. Good looking out. Make sure you subscribe to True City fan TCF. All right, my dude Patrick over there. Subscribe. He's got a show today and a show tomorrow. Please subscribe over there. If Phil Foden, generational talent, player of the year, young player of the year. If this man, after winning everything at City, after knowing that there's world-class players around him, decided to run down his contract and then sneak his way over at Real Madrid, we got problems. I'm not wishing Phil all the best. I'm not saying go out and do your thing. You're not welcome back. No. There's a way to leave. There's a way to break up. There is a way to break up. There is a way to say, you know what? We've reached a point where this isn't working for me. It's not going to work for you. We need to part our ways. There's a way to do it. You don't ghost. The ghosting and just moving on. Nah. Trent ghosting Liverpool is wild. If we won the Prem and my star player, my academy player, the player that I've been patient with, that I've protected, that I've guarded, right? All of the slander in terms of he can't defend, right? You taking all those shots, lying. We knew you were lying, right? All the lies about he's a good defender, right? All the years defending this man, saying he's a good defender, covering up all the cracks, having Jordan Henderson have to cover up for him, putting the blame on, Klopp for what it's the system, for Jordan Henderson not reading it on why Trent was getting skinned, right? If I was doing all of that and then he snuck away and went over to Real Madrid, running down a contract so my club doesn't even get some money, nah, we got problems. Phil, life would not be good for Phil. Life would not. Phil's not going on the bus. Phil is not celebrating. He's not doing any of that on the parade. I'm sorry. I know you're leaving. And you're leaving the way you did. You've been telling me for years it means more. You were telling me it means more. Nah. So, what does it mean more? Has it meant more? Because if it means more, why aren't you sticking around to win more? Isn't winning 1 worth 2 or 3? You're going to Real Madrid. Over at Real Madrid, it does not mean more over Real Madrid. It's expected. You're another player over there. It's another. They don't win champs. They don't win their league. It's funny. Think about it. Think about how Real Madrid fans talk about the players that come over there and what they need to do to actually to really be considered good or great. You should have heard how they were talking about Mbappe. You should have heard how they talked about Vinny. Mbappe has to deliver more than just one. One's not enough. It's what I. Let me get to the comments real quick. True City fan in the building. He goes, Coutinho, we can rock up that. He's talking about HH. Listen, yeah, that's true. You know what? We should move like SEAL Team 6 or something like that. We need to, because HH has been talking reckless. I do tune in. I do listen. The man's been talking reckless. Can't lie. Zane in the building. He goes, I don't mind Trent leaving because I can admit Real Madrid is hard to turn down, but it's the fact he's gone down the back. Exactly, Zane. And that's why I want to bring up Phil. That's why I want to bring up. There's ways to leave. And this is where it's like, it's crazy on how Trent, a Scourser, left this way. Like, who advised him? And again, what? So then, when I kind of hear some of the comments with regards to FSG are incompetent for not getting him to sign a contract. So should they have freezed him out? Should they have put him on the bench and say you're not playing until you sign a contract? Should they have done all of that, quote unquote, kind of bullying? Should they have flexed on him? How would this fan base react to FSG muscling him like that? How would they react? Is any of the fan base being like, you know what? Yeah, FSG are justified because he's not looking to sign a contract and he could leave on a free. So yeah, listen, the fact that Trent did this, not just for Liverpool, but for all clubs, watch how players are going to be treated differently. Watch how these letting contracts wind down is going to move different. Now, I think it's very unique with regards to Liverpool and FSG. I think it's very unique because, again, with regards to Van Dijk and Salah, older players. So, and the doubt on whether Slot was that manager post Klopp, you kind of get it, right? Let's take our chances. Let's see. And if they happen to not sign any, whether it's going to be Van Dijk or Salah, that's wild. But if they were going to choose and say, who's most committed to at Liverpool, and they were going to make their signings on that way, it kind of makes sense. Andrew in the building, he goes, Klopp had the power. Why did he say I'm leaving before giving contracts? Well, that's funny too, right? When you think of timelines. Because Klopp signed his contract extension, and I believe Klopp's contract extension that he signed 3 seasons ago would have expired now, right? Klopp would have been expiring now. So should he, again, Klopp should have forced those players to sign before he was leaving? I don't know. And Klopp having that power was a mistake. When you really think about it, FSG was a mistake to give so much power. Today, managers can't do it all. It's different. It's too much going on. The workday's 24 hours now with regards to football. He can't do the job of coach/manager as well as contracts, as well as can't. It's too much. I think FSG did mess up to not have someone be on board to take that off Klopp's plate. And it sounds like you got Edwards back, who should be. So again, with regards to like that first run, with regards to success, Champions League, looks like that person's back. Klopp's no longer there. Slot looks to be the real deal in terms of a manager. There's a lot of blame to go around, but also the way you leave, man. The way you leave has impact. And this is what's funny. If if the acceptance, and Zane, I hear you, Andrew, I hear you. If the acceptance with regards to Trent is like, it's Real Madrid. Now, I get it. It's Real Madrid. Is Real Madrid the only exception? Because I remember it being really nasty. I remember the talks with regards to a very young player in Raheem Sterling. The narrative was a lot different. A lot different. Nasty. And again, if you wanted, hey, let's do the hindsight. Let's not do the hindsight. Let's look at the point in time when he left. City had won 2 Prems. When he left, he was leaving with regards to the same idea, ambition, winning trophies. At the time, he was wrong for it. Are there apologies now? Are we looking back, and Liverpool fans, or are you looking back and be like, you know what? How we're wishing Trent all the best, right? He's looking for ambition, looking for a club that's looking to win all the time. Are you looking at differently now with Sterling and his choice to come over to Manchester City? Because, I mean, I'd argue Sterling left a little too early. Wanted that guaranteed playing time. He left a little too early, but he did come over here and win Prems. He did come over here and have very, very good seasons. And he was playing for all the majors when he was here. I'm just saying. Zane, he can't hide at Madrid, though, Vader. Then Madrid fans, yeah, he can't. He can't. Now, he's going to have the nice Spain sun, you know what I mean? He's going to have an environment where being on the microscope is really different. Obviously, he's going to have the Real Madrid microscope, but that English media is different as well, right? So there's no hiding, but he's gone from a league where he had to, obviously he's got to be on point. He's got to still deliver, but he's going from a league where let's talk about the big 6, maybe a little more now that you got Forest creeping in there. Now you got Newcastle, right? He's going from a league where it's like intense, no winter break, right? Right? He's going from that to Spain. Winter break. You got Barca, and Atletico. Come on, let's be real. That's it. He's going from that. I'm not saying it's cushy. I'm not saying it's all chill, but I get the move. I get the move. But how he did it, listen, breakups are never easy. Let me talk to the young people in chat. There's no easy way to say it's over. There's no easy way. But there is a weak way. There is a punk way. There's a less manly, less womanly way to do it. And I think Trent could have been a man about this. He could have been straight up about this. Obviously, the backlash is the fans are going to backlash regardless. Regardless, they're going to be upset. But how you do it, man? His legacy at Liverpool, yikes. Liverpool fans are wishing he crashes out over there. Some oddly are saying, wish you all the best. If he had said things weren't lining up contractually, I wanted this, or we're on different sides with regard to FSG. Now, he doesn't even have to do it. His representatives need to do it, right? If he did all that, it's different. If he also said he's got aspirations to play in a different league, test himself, that's all good. But look at that. He sneaked his way out. Of Liverpool. And funny enough, he saw how things were dealt with Steven Gerrard, right? Quote unquote threats, can't leave. Just possibly going to Chelsea, he didn't do it, all that kind of stuff. I think he knew what to do and what not to do, and he still got it wrong. It's wild. Andrew goes, on Thursday, I read Trent wanted to know where FSG is thinking for the summer next. I heard he joining the Real. Okay, so again, this is what I'm saying, Andrew. Listen, if Trent wanted to know where FSG were going, some of the signings, what's the project, right? What's the phase with Slot? What are we doing moving forward? I get it. You want some more information before you make a decision. Cool. Now, did what he hear from FSG lead him to then not want to remain? What does that say to Salah and Van Dijk? What does that say to those two players, which I would assume have the same questions, want to know what the future is? What does that say to them wanting to remain on? I'm just saying. Who's showing ambition? Who's not? Who's showing a commitment to Liverpool? Who isn't? It's Trent have been treated horribly in England. That's one of the reasons he's leaving. And you know what I'm talking about? Okay. Again, the microscope in England is going to be very different. Him wanting to leave. As much as he was talked about, there was still the Liverpool protection, right? That was safe. That was Eden, right? He was insulated at Liverpool. Liverpool's the place. Now he's out. He's over at Real Madrid. I mean, for me, I get clowned all the time because I consider Real Madrid an incredible, dangerous rival. Look at how Real Madrid move, right? They're able to have they're able to send the pigeons, whatever they do, the Ravens. They're able to send out information for players to run down contracts. Mbappe doing it, Trent doing it. You got to put a stop to this. Clubs cannot let players run down their contracts. Can't do it. Well, you can. There's a price to pay. You can. But and it also depends if you're letting a player's contract run down. And here's where we got to be consistent. Here's where we got to, when I say consistent, we got to be consistent with context, right? We got to put things in perspective. If a player is older, later in their stages, because I've seen my club do that with the David Silva, right? I've seen my club do that in terms of thank you for your service. Been incredible. 8, 9, 10 years at the club. We wish you farewell, all the best. Both parties on the same page. I get that. But the other way around, wild. Samir in the building, he goes, Madrid are the actual sports washers. Thank you. We need to talk more. Because when I talk about Real Madrid being such a threat, because they move differently than everybody else. They're having the run down your contracts, we got you. They're having all of that type moves. And so when they're saying that they, year after year, are competing for the biggest trophies, there's a reason why they are able to do what they do in Champions League as well. And I'm then looking at this side of things, or looking at Manchester City, us over here in England, and how we got to deal with what we got to deal. We got FFP. We're gonna have PSR. We're gonna have some anchoring system with regards to the last or the bottom clubs in the league with regards to spend, and that definitely shouldn't happen, by the way. But we can't be competing in different rules within England and then still also try to compete over in Europe. It's not going to equate, because Real Madrid are going to do whatever they got to do, even to the point where they don't care about the rest of their league. What's best for Real Madrid is what they will do. For us to be able to compete with that, we got to be smart overall. We actually have to be smart within England overall. But I hate them. I hate them. And I hate the default. Oh, it's Real Madrid. Oh, we get it. Go over there. I hate that default, because they will always be held at a pinnacle, held at the top. And then what are you doing? What are you chasing? No, you don't talk about them being superior, them being better, because that means even what you have at yours, there's another place to go. The whole acceptance, Trent going to Real Madrid, oh, we get it. Man. Andrew, I think a difficult I think it's difficult. You speak out, you get attacked. You say nothing, you get attacked. But this is it. You're gonna get attacked regardless, but get attacked for the right reasons, right? No, for example, people don't want you talking about injustice. They're gonna hate whether you talk about it or not. They're gonna hate whether you talk about it. They're gonna you not talking about it is actually not great either. Now, do you need to be a spokesperson for it? No. Do you need to say, you know what, you don't agree? You think that these things are wrong? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But Trent needed to speak for what's best for him. He needed to position it so everyone's clear. The fan base in particular, the Liverpool fan base needed to understand what he was getting at. Because right now, he's a snake, and a snake to the Liverpool faithful. Not talking about the club, not FSG, all that. Who cares? But he's been vocal on what it meant to be a Liverpool player, what it meant to win for Liverpool, and what it meant to be a captain for Liverpool, and how he's leaving. I don't know how he enjoys the parade. I don't know how he enjoys the rest of the season. What are there, 8-9 games left? I don't know how he does it. The PR spin, I actually look forward. I look forward to seeing what's going to hit. You know, what kind of interviews. Who's going to get a chance to sit down with Trent, right? Who's going to get a chance to sit down with Trent and have that convo? Because that needs to come out. That conversation needs to happen. Trent, what happened? Why'd you decide Real Madrid? What did FSG put in front of you? What were the conversations with Slot, or what were the conversations with Klopp years back? Why'd you choose not to extend your contract? What was it that you were seeing internally that didn't give you confidence, right, in remaining at Liverpool for continued future success? What said that success at Liverpool was not going to happen, right? Because it's not just the success at Liverpool in the context of the club itself, but it competing and being better than other clubs in England as well as Europe. Now, is he just thinking Europe? Is he just thinking Champions League? Why he's like, you know, I'm going over Real Madrid? Or was he thinking, you know what, my chance at winning domestic trophies, my chance at winning in England, my chance at winning even in Champions League with Liverpool? I don't see it viable. I don't see it viable. Let me get to. I know I'm falling behind on these comments. Let me see where I'm at here. Samir goes, Saliba contract runs out in 2027. Guess what happens after? Nah. If Arsenal have seen what happened to Trent at Liverpool and they let Saliba's contract run down, madness. Yeah, again, older stars, I get it. Older stars, you're going to, you know, maybe you're going to throw the dice. You're going to see what happens. But young players, there's no young players. You don't let the contracts run out. 2 years out, year and a half, 2.5 years out. No, we're gonna up you. We're gonna up your contract. Where you want to put in a release clause, cool, whatever. You are not leaving for free. That is not happening. Not young players, older players that have kind of aged out. We get that. But if Arsenal do that to Saliba, crazy. I personally think Trent is in his prime now. He doesn't want to be in a rebuild at Liverpool. But are they in a rebuild, though? Andrew, are you guys really in a rebuild when you look at what you're able to accomplish this season? I don't see this rebuild. And when you look at what your direct competition, because a rebuild is happening over at City. Arsenal, they got to get healthy. I don't think they have a rebuild, but depending on some exits, I don't see that fall off. You're going to have some players that you need to improve on at striker. Yes. If Trent were to remain, you're not rebuilding. You don't need a right back. You're obviously going to look for a left back, maybe look for a 6, right? So 4 positions. Let's say striker, left wing. You don't even need left wing, but you need backup because you got Gakpo. You're going to lose some players. But striker, 6, and left back. That's not really a rebuild. Trent being like, I don't want to stick around for this when he's got Van Dijk and Salah and Alisson best in the world. If Trent's not sticking around for that, if Trent isn't sticking around for that future, you're the board, the scouting, whoever they're pitching to be like, come on, we've got success moving forward. That's going to be an amazing pitch because you weren't able to convince a local Scouser, Liverpool lad, academy lad. You weren't able to convince him to stick around. That pitch for anyone externally, madness. Props to them. Props to them. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Let's see. I'm falling behind here. My bad, guys. Ibrahim, you don't mean that. You cannot. Ibrahim, you cannot. No, nah. People in the chat, speak to this man. There's no way. You're trolling. There's no way you're trolling. You're trolling. Yo, Godfrey, good looking up, large up. What's with the Arsenal and Real Madrid profile pic here? What's going on here? Trent is leaving because FSG have no ambition, which is a fact. Victor, don't do this. Don't do this. On future shows, you can see right here. You can see right here. I'm gonna explain why FSG is great for football. Why FSG are great for football. And this talking about FSG have no ambition. How do you qualify that? Like, how do you actually qualify that they have no ambition? What were Liverpool doing before FSG? How consistent were they at the top? How consistent were they in terms of having the amount of good, maybe great players at the club in one team? Come on, Victor. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. I'm gonna have to do a show and talk about this. I said last January after Klopp said he's leaving Trent. Van Dijk and Salah will leave. Konate and Alisson could leave next. That's a lot of departures. I don't know. I don't know about that, Andrew. A lot of departures. I would doubt that. That's too much. Godfrey, he goes, there's no way we let Saliba go for free. Of course, that's not happening. Young players are not leaving on a free. No. The fact that PSG did what they did with regards to Mbappe is wild. But Mbappe, yeah, again, I don't know how PSG players think about Mbappe, but that departure was crazy too. Let me make sure I put a star in this one. Dizzy-ish in the building. How you been? Hope you've been good. I'm looking forward to witnessing Trent's reception with Liverpool play. Ooh, you know what? Everton fans might be cheering Trent. Like they might do some ultimate trolling where if they come up with a song about Trent, like he's one of your own. I don't know. Let me think some things through, but it's kind of like one of your own is not sticking. One of your own, something. Everton could do something nasty with this. They could do something really nasty with it. What does Samir have to say? Watch Trent say that Madrid is the greatest club, and I have been wanting to come here since 2021. He signed a smaller contract than others. He did. He had a chance to sign like a 5-6 year. He chose a 4, strategically a 4. Now the 4, there's a little clarity when you kind of put it under the lights, right? Because Klopp would have been up now. Obviously, all of them would have been up, but managing multiple contracts at the same time isn't that big of a deal, especially on the players that are older. Trent knew what he was doing. And because Trent knew what he was doing, he didn't need to snake the Liverpool faithful like this. Just tell them they'll be upset, but they'll understand. You don't ghost them. Trust me. Listen, everyone, I'm telling you, all of you young people in the chat, new relationships, just getting into relationships, whatever it is, don't ghost. Straight up. It's easy. You treat it like a Band-Aid. Just rip that bad boy off. You know what? Young lady, talk to the young lady, tell her, listen, it's not working out the way I thought. Feelings aren't where I thought they would be. I think you're an amazing person. I think we should go our separate ways. There's going to be questions on why. What is it about me? What is it about you? But you have it and you move. You have it and you move. You don't just block the number, delete the contact. Don't go to the same spots to avoid running in. Nah, listen, just be a man about it. Trent, you should have been a man about this. And now Trent is sneaking around. Trent is like, Trent's gonna be sneaking around for the rest of the season. It's crazy. This isn't going anywhere. This whole thing it's not going anywhere. It's gonna be comedy. Trent is injured. He's not playing Everton. Okay. All right. That's fair. And Andrew goes, I think Salah and Van Dijk leaving. Maybe that's why Trent wants out. Maybe, but if either of them stick around, there's a lot of what ifs right now. That's the funny thing about it. There's a lot of what ifs. This is good looking out. I see Toon Tactics TV in the building again. Congratulations on the League Cup. Well deserved. We need to chop it up actually, because I see you in a few battles where I'm like, why aren't people getting what my man's talking about? And we were able to link up on a show a couple weeks back. But good looking out. Thanks for being here. Yo, I'm gonna keep telling them. There's ways to do things. Trent didn't do it the right way this time. Trent did not do this the right way. Godfrey, you're on loan. Is that why you have to dual logos? If you're going to go on loan, go. Why are you? Real Madrid, disgusting. Disgusting. In terms of trophies won, Trent is. Oh, yeah. Okay, he's won more trophies, but again, don't talk about trophies won making him the better player, because that's going to negate a lot of battles, a lot of conversations. If you want to think about the Lampard and Gerrard battles, right? The reason why there was a distinction between one and the other was emphasizing trophies and things won. Yeah. Now you're gonna do that for Trent versus. That's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty still. Andrew, 200 million since 2019 though. What's that? 200 million since. You're talking about spend. You guys have only spent 200 million since 2019. If I don't spend that much, but I'm able to have, and this is complete respect, if I'm able to have a worldie in Alisson, a worldie in Van Dijk, a worldie in Salah, just key. And even if you want to go back a little ways back, because at the start of this whole project, you had Firmino and you had Mane. If some of that minimal spending was able to get that type of talent, when you hold the price tag overhead, it's not that big of it's not that bad, because look at the quality that you have. So what you're surrounding them with doesn't really, you don't have to go and splash like everybody else that are trying to get the stars that you got. The money talk you got to be kind of careful with. You got to be careful with. Dizzy-ish. Oh, yes, he is injured. My excitement got the best of me. Listen, Trent being injured still means that he should be on the bench to a certain degree, because I don't think, again, I don't want to get nasty with this, but his injury, and this, Liverpool fans, don't get fooled by this. You've seen it before, right? The injury can kind of keep you out, and then it can keep you out. Coutinho back injury, already with a move to go somewhere else. Trent injury with already a move to go somewhere else. You got to read between the lines a little bit. You got to read between the lines with regards to some of this injury talk. But Trent's remaining time at Liverpool, nasty. It's gonna be nasty. What did I hear? Andrew says, I think his family's pushed for it. Is his family not from the area? Is his family not live and breathe? I know it's a combination of Everton and Liverpool, but do they not breathe that? Again, no problems on the move. Don't get me wrong. Player movement, I'm for. Club acquiring players, letting players go, I'm for. It's how you exit. It is how you let a player. It's how you let a player go. It's how you leave a club. Trent got it completely wrong. Completely wrong. I want to know how Liverpool fans forgive him. And again, I think they forgive him with more information coming out, because at the time, how he's managed it, not good. Right now, horrible breakup. Horrible breakup. There's no closure, right? It's a breakup with no closure. Dizzyish goes, would Liverpool fans feel any different if Trent wasn't leaving on a free? Yeah, they are. Dizzyish, you might have missed it. I said, if Phil left us like this, he's dead to me. I don't care what he does anywhere else. He's not getting propped as whatever. He's not getting propped for anything. Nah, it's done. Obviously what he did while here, good, but he's gone. He comes back. Nah. I won't even want to see anything with regards to like, him coming back to the stadium and there's some type of announcement, him in the stands. Nah, he's done. He leaves like this? Nah, done. Now, everybody in the building, I like to do these every once in a while. My 115, 1 question, 15 minutes. And yes, I am a talker. All right, I admit it. I'm supposed to be talking maybe 30 minutes max, right? 15 minutes. I get the flow, get the few things that I want to talk about. We interact, obviously. We talk another 15. I'm very surprised that we're closing in almost on an hour. But this speaks to how great you guys are in terms of welcoming me back and being a part of the chat, having this conversation. Obviously, I got to talk Manchester City. Obviously, I got to talk about the rest of the league, and I got to do some damage control on CIA with regards to Phil Foden and our season in particular. Our manager Pep is getting a lot of shots. A lot of shots are going his way internally as well as externally. There's a lot of doubt within Pep. There's a lot of doubt with regards to this board and what we will do moving forward. So I got to bring back CIA intelligent agendas. We're going to have to break this all down. Let me find out what's best within my work schedule, because I want a nice time slot. I want a time slot so things can be consistent. You guys can tune in, whether you catch me live or you can catch me on a playback type thing, on a rerun. But I want to get that done. So yeah, look out. Please share this, subscribe to those that haven't, and let them know. I'm trying to, I think, let me check real quick. Did I break dashboard? I broke 900. So now I'm at 902. All right, 902. I broke 900. Let's work this community. My people is in the chat. Let's get to 1K. 1K is right there. It's right there. I know I need to be consistent. Don't get me wrong. I know managing. I'm gonna put it in proper order. All right, proper order. Managing. I'm gonna put this combination: wife and kids, work, life. Managing those three have been a little hectic. I'll be honest with you. For me to get on point, I need to just pick a date. The same way I want to, I set a time. I'm working out at this time. I'm committed. I'm going to set a time. YouTube Live, Vader Games TV. I'm going to set a time, committed. Daily, you're going to know when to find me. Conflict or not, whether there's another channel going off, whatever, I'm going to have my time slot. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do that. Let me do that. Be consistent. You know what? Maybe I'll even take you into my world. If it's a day where I gotta double up, maybe I gotta work out and do the show. Maybe I'll work out and do the show, because that might be a good thing. So I'm best using my time. But I'm gonna be a lot more consistent. Please make sure to tune in. Obviously for this one, 115, 1 question, 15 minutes. Tune in for Why Always Me. I'll have a series of questions on the side. I'm gonna make sure I tackle those 5 minutes per question. And then CIA intelligent agendas panel show can go all over the place. We're going to deal with rivals, and I got to deal with some of the fans inside, and we'll get that going back again. Thank you so much for getting me to 902. Absolutely love. So appreciated. Last few questions in the building. We got Godfrey goes, Liverpool fans praising Gerrard for staying and being a legend, but these are the same people that threatened him, and Gerrard ended up staying when he was linked with Chelsea and Real Madrid. It's true. It's true. They obviously threatened him to leave, but they praised him because he stayed, right? They were in their feelings. Obviously, they didn't want him to leave. I get all that. But he did stay, and he deserves to be praised for staying because he stayed. Gerrard stayed, in my opinion, stayed at a Liverpool that weren't as good as this one. Trent's actually leaving a better Liverpool than Gerrard would have left at the time, right? You would say that Gerrard had more of a reason to leave. Gerrard had more concerns, a lot of doubt with regards to future success at Liverpool, but stayed. Trent, seeing all of that, Trent, Gerrard as his hero, is leaving with a better Liverpool around him. And is Trent leaving because he's got that ambition, or is he leaving because he's getting that direct signing on bonus, as well as comfortable life, relatively, over in Spain, whether it's being pushed by the family or not? It's interesting. Abdallah, also, the way I see it, you get safety, sun, cheerful atmosphere in Spain. Listen, you get that the sun rays on you. You know, you get to visit the beach. All of that. Listen, Trent knows what he's doing. Trent knows exactly what he's doing. Good looking out. Carmino, good looking out. Thank you so much. If you're new, please subscribe. I see a few new additions. Thank you so very much, everybody in the chat. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that I post up early. You know when the shows are going live or what's expected. I'm also going to make sure, if you're not following me on Twitter X, that's where I post on what the subject or what I may be discussing. So hopefully you guys enjoy things moving forward. I'm not sure which one I got to tackle next. You know what? Actually, I might reduce this one, because I think why FSG Liverpool is great for football, as well as why FSG are efficient winners, kind of combines into one. You know what I mean? I think I might be able to reduce. And again, it's fair. Liverpool are winning this league. I think they do deserve the recognition on how they're winning this league this season, what they've done in past years, for why they're successful now. Many fans think that why you're winning this season is because of what you spent in the summer transfer window. No, it's a multiple effect. You're layering on successes of past transfer windows, past strategies, right? Those all apply. I think Liverpool are being rewarded. They're being rewarded this season for a decision that they made in the past 2-3 years ago. Can't overlook that. Trent doesn't believe in FSG and what they're doing moving forward. Trent doesn't want a Prem every 3-4 years, battling for Champions League consistently, which they've done. The return of Edwards. He's like, nah, I'm out of here. I'm over to Real Madrid. If Van Dijk and Salah stick around, do they have more faith in the project? Is that what it is? We'll have that combo. Trent should have done it differently. Should have done it differently. And we look forward to the interviews, because the interviews will explain a lot. Will there be a CR7? You know, that CR7 type sit down interview. Will there be one of those reveal all, tell all type interviews? I don't know. But let me Godfrey, last comment. Godfrey goes on to say Liverpool board offered him 350, 400K. It's clearly not about the money. No, Godfrey, you can't do that. Yeah, the fact that they offered him that in salary, but he'd have to earn that over years. Imagine a chunk of that, 30 mil, 40 mil, boom, signing on. You pay up front. Different. Can't just say it's not about the money. Can't just say, because you can't just say it's the money plays a part. It's not just about the money, but the money plays a part. I understand the signing on bonus will be massive, but This is down to ambition. Okay, if it's down to ambition, what's the ambition of Van Dijk? What's the ambition of Salah? What's the ambition? Samir, you're asking me about you know what? I'm gonna discuss that over at True City Fans channel. Please go over there and subscribe. I'm hoping to link up with him when he does the preview. Am I confident? No. No, I'm not confident. This season is not about, there's no confidence this season. It is a fight. I'm up for the fight. I'm up for the questions. I'm up for the doubt and seeing the 11 that Pep puts together, seeing how they play. Confident? No. Do I think? I'm not confident. But I'm up for the fight. I'm up for the battle. I want to see how the players obviously perform with this type of pressure, with this, lack in confidence, with this, with a little bit of doubt. I want to see that. And also them getting familiar with a different, maybe not a different playing style, because I think that's going to take a while to kind of like reset. The manager's got a lot to kind of work out. But, the new additions with regards to players, even when it comes down to like how we want to attack with the combination of Marmoush and Holland. So yeah, we got a lot to discuss. Confident, Samir? Nah, I'm not doing that. You ain't gonna, nah. What's Abdallah saying? Oh, okay. Bournemouth record against the big teams this season has been really good. It's going to be a great game. They press, they're relentless. They're going to make it tough. Bournemouth is not going to be an easy win, but city-wise, we need this. We need this, or it's a trophyless season. And I'm not all about the trophies, but I like my players showing armpits. I like it. I like them having to raise the trophy. You know what I mean? I like that. Oh, I want to see that. So Bournemouth, we got to get that win. Everybody in the chat, good looking out. Thank you so much for the likes. If you haven't hit that like button, do so right now before closing this out. Just the likes do a little magic. They let people know, yo, Vader's got something going. You might be interested in checking out. Hit that like button. Please do so. Being a part of the comments live, much appreciated. Thank you. Being a part of the comments, if you happen to be watching this later, also appreciate it. I'm going to go check that out. I'm Vader Games. Let me shut this down. Catch me on the next show. This is 115. One question, 15 minutes. 115 ruling should be out soon. Expect a big show. I might have to call in sick from work and have to talk about that at length. But I hope you enjoyed everything. Good looking out, everybody in the building. So appreciated. Love as always, and I will catch you next show. Enjoy this outro. Let me see what I got for my outro here. Thank you.